Hello, my name is Amy Wolff, and I'm here to support you with a nice yoga practice, gentle flow, as well as myofascial release to support Liver Qi Stagnation within your body. Before we begin, have a mat, have a clear space to practice. If you don't have a mat, a towel or a blanket will do. A couple of blocks is always great to have some extra props to support your practice. If you don't have blocks, you can use the ends of books, water bottles, a blanket, maybe a pillow or bolster, and 2 balls. These are specifically myofascial release balls made by Rad Balls, which I like. They're just sort of the Goldilocks of balls, not too hard, not too soft, just right. But you could use a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. And I'm setting those on a standby here so they don't roll away. With any practice, I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to be mindful of what feels good. No pain ever, right? So we'll be diving into a little bit of sensation, but just be mindful not to take yourself out of any discomfort, right? You also want to check with any medical professional before you begin any practice. We're going to begin standing. Get your feet and your ankles underneath your hips. Just ground down for a moment. Let your arms down, drop down by your sides. Grow some length in your spine. Allow your shoulder blades to slide down your spine. Engage your belly ever so slightly. Knit your ribs ever so slightly. Draw your ears back so you can lengthen through the back of your neck a little more. And just notice where the weight is falling in your feet. Maybe it's favoring one foot or the other, or maybe it's favoring the inseams or the outseams of your feet. Just close your eyes, take a moment to check in, and just notice where you are, how you are. If this is your first yoga practice or your millionth yoga practice, every time we step to the mat, it's a new experience. So ground down. Let's draw our palms right to our lower belly. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Find a nice strong stance, soft bend in the knees. We'll begin with raining down from heaven, so ground down through your feet. Sweep your arms up, palms down. Draw the energy from the earth up. Spin your palms, pull in the energy from the sky. Exhale, let it rain down from the center of your body, the midline. All the way to your feet. Let yourself feel grounded. Inhale, sweep up. Keep filling your lungs, filling your cup to maximum capacity. Exhale, let it rain down. One last time, sweep up. If you're moving a little faster or slower than me because of your breath, that's okay. Let it rain down, exhale. And draw your hands back to the lower body. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale. Exhale, drop your hands down by your sides. Swing your arms back and forth. We'll toe heel your feet together. Just shaking off a little excess. Maybe a few exhales. Sweep your arms up overhead. Good. Catch hold of your left wrist. We'll go up and over to the right. Exhale. Stay here for a breath and a little longer and stronger through the whole left seam of your body. Come to center. Switch sides. Catch your right wrist. Go up and over. Ground and lengthen as you inhale. And just stay and feel as you exhale. Come bring your hands to center. Reach up. Hands to your heart. Sweep your arms out and up, breathe in. We'll warm up our spine gently. Create a little flow and clear some congestion through the body with some half salutations, fold. So you can take your hands to blocks or to your ankles or your thighs, let your head go. Halfway lift, lengthen out, or turn sideways so you can see the integrity of your spine. Your shoulder blades slide back. Soften, fold. Your hands can also come to these blocks. Rise up all the way, inhale. Hands to your heart. Sweep down and up, breathe in. Hinge forward, fold, exhale. Let everything go, your head, your heart. Halfway lift, zip up through the belly, shoulder blades slide into your back pockets. Soften your knees and fold. Rise up. Stretch to the sky. Hands to your heart. One more time through, sweep down and up. Take up a little bit more space in your body. Let your heart lead the way as you swan dive forward. Hands drop down, knees soften, head and neck softens. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Roll up. Sweep up. This time, cross your left ankle over your right. Catch hold of your left wrist one more time, stretching it over. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come to center, stretch and grow. Switch ankles, switch wrists. Up and over. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come to center, reach. Hands to your heart. Take a seat in chair pose. Your booty's gonna go back. Take your arm bones nice and high, give me a breath. As you exhale, big audible sigh. Ha! Inhale up. Exhale. Ha! Ha! One more time. Stretch up, stand tall, breathe in. Hands to your heart. Sweep your arms out and up, breathe in. Hinge forward and fold. Soften your knees. Watch the integrity of your spine. Halfway lift. We're going to drop down onto the knees. Start by curling your toes under. You may need to reach around and assist your pinky toe. And take a seat, taking your hips back to your heels. Now, if the range of motion in your knees is preventing you from doing this, you can take a blanket, or even a bolster behind to shorten that angle on the joint. Just take a few breaths. This can be a little intense on the feet. We don't have the privilege and the opportunity to walk around barefoot all the time. And we can feel a lot of tension and stretch to the soles of our feet. They're really what connects us to the earth, so it's important. We won't stay here too long. Try to find some calm and some curiosity with your breath. I know it can be intense. Notice if any of those emotions of anger or frustration are bubbling up. Send some breath. Part of making any change is just being aware. One more breath. Okay, release the feet, point the toes. If you used a prop, move it out of the way. Come down onto your hands and knees, and we'll just drum out the tops of our feet. Okay, this is where the liver channel begins, belly to spine. Drop your belly, cow pose. Open up through your chest. Exhale, round cat pose. Drop your belly, cow. Round your spine, cat. One long, strong spine. Take a seat, hips to heels. Once again, you can use the blanket or the bolster. Just shorten the angle that you'll feel behind the knee joint. Start to walk your hands back. You can bring your blocks or any assist here to help you out. Taking the weight right towards the tops of the feet. Sometimes a little assist of a blanket underneath the knees can be really helpful here as well. So we're targeting right now the very top of the foot, just at the base of the toes. You can even lift the knees up off the ground a bit if you'd like. Give yourself an assist. This is also an intense one. We're starting with all the fiery ones first. Watch the integrity of your spine so we're not dumping or hanging out the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay for one more breath. Exhale it out. Release the blanket out from underneath you. Take to the side of your mat. Back to tabletop. You can gently extend and move back and forth, stretching out the ankle and the foot. Switch sides. Good. Bring your knee underneath you. You can cross your ankle bones and roll over your feet or swing them around to take a seat. Nice. Extend your legs for a moment. Windshield wiper them out. We're going to begin in deer pose. Bend your right knee. Take your left knee behind you so you're sitting in this nice little stagged position. And we'll grab the myofascial release balls. First place we're going to explore is just the outside, the outseam of our leg. So we have the top of our tibia bone. We're just going up here on the outside. Hand one ball to the side. You can roll back and forth. Just want you to be curious, looking for maybe some little sensational spaces and places. So we often want to avoid deep sensation in this culture, but I invite you to really lean in. I really invite you to maybe especially investigate this spot just to the outside, below your knee, or just a few inches above the ankle bone. So once you find the most sensational spot, I want you to place one of the balls there. And then on the other side, we're going to go towards the inseam of your knee. So feel for the crease. We're going to take it just in front of those tendons. So we've got two balls working for us here. And as you lean in and put a little bit more body weight onto these balls, you may notice a little bit more sensation. Sit as tall as you can, and we'll gently rotate our upper body over our right thigh. So lengthen up, and then maybe you can begin to lean forward. We have all of our props. We can bring the ground as close to us as we need to. So you can prop this up, bring it a little closer, take one cheek down, and just hang out. Take a few cycles of breath here. So I want you to breathe in and be with the sensation. Okay, add breath so we can cultivate a little calm. And then you want to spark a little curiosity. If it's okay with your neck, you can even spin and take the opposite cheek. But remember, no pain, no pain. So you decide what is just enough. After about a minute or so, you may notice the muscles gripping and trying to activate until finally they release and let go. So there's nothing you need to do. You don't need to respond or react. You just need to notice. Decide if maybe you need a little more now. Let time and gravity do most of the work for you. One more inhale. One more exhale. Feel yourself up. Back in this nice mermaid pose, we'll sweep the right arm up and over. Let it drop and bend. Rest just behind the head. Really feeling this in the lateral seams of our body. So many practices we focus on the front side of the body or the back side of the body, but we forget about the sides. It's kind of where I like to stuff some things to deal with later. Just have your breath there so you can breathe between your ribs. And come on down. Switch sides. Once again, you're going to start with the ball just on the outside of your calf. Kind of investigate that a little bit towards a few inches below the knee to the midline. Notice if there's any sensational spots there, or even just a little lower, just from like the mid-calf above the ankle bone. And maybe you're like, ooh, it's halfway on this side. It's not all the way up here. That's okay. Our sides don't have to match. Most often they don't. And then we're going to come at the same space, just to the inside of the knee, just at the crease, and place that down. Okay. Ooh. Notice, become aware. Breathe into those sensational feelings. Lengthen up through your spine and rotate your upper body. Stretch them up forward. You can use on your forearms. You can even place a block underneath the top of the bolster to bring the ground a little closer. And it's completely normal for one side to be a lot more tense and tight than the other. We have these patterns that we live in our body, and they're deep grooves in our muscle memory. So in this space where we're breathing and noticing, we can reprogram those. Allow your body to realign and redesign. Notice if you need to take the opposite cheek. Explore this a little deeper. Take one more breath and let it go. Feel yourself up. Mermaid stretch. And take your left arm up. Bend your elbow. And let it rest. I like to rest my forearm right on the top of my head so I have to do less work. It allows my shoulder to relax. And I want you to breathe into the lateral rib cage. Maybe the space between your lowest rib and the top of your hip. Imagine every breath you take clearing some congestion, making space for ease and flow. Bring the balls with you though. Have them nearby. Also have your props nearby to need them. Just land and arrive here. Tuck your wings underneath you. Notice the natural curve of your spine on the mat. We'll do a few subtle cat and cows here. So press your belly towards your spine. Make all the space between your low back and the mat disappear. And then inhale, go in the opposite direction. Lift your belly button upward. Feel the arch come at your low back. Exhale, press. Good. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, press the low back into the mat. Come back to a neutral spine. And I want you to pay attention right now how the cervical spine feels. If you may need a little neck roll or a little assistance, If you're in and you feel this tension here, I want you to prop yourself up. So just feel a lot of integrity in the spine. Okay, grab your balls, have them close by. We're going to begin by crossing the right ankle bone over your left thigh and let the knee fall open, flex your right foot. You're going to bring the ball just to the outside of your hip. So you feel this outseam, this outline of your hip, and we're going to go just in about an inch or two. So we're not at the top of the pelvis, we're not all the way down here at the bottom, we're just at that nice little space in between. And you're going to rest it. Let both knees fall about 45 degrees to the right. Let your arms come out like wings. You can take your chin towards your right shoulder or maybe towards your left if the deep spondyl twist feels better within your body. So we're hitting this acupressure point on the outside of our hips, as well as really tapping here on the inseam of the leg, the inner thigh. Lean into time and gravity and breath to support you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Bring your legs back towards the sky. We'll release the ball out from underneath you and just cross your right knee on top of your left. Stay here for a moment. I'm going to spin around so you can see. You're going to now take the ball towards the outseam of your outer left leg. So about halfway down or a third of the way down, you'll maybe feel a little sensitive spot. You can even dig in with your fingers. That's where the ball's gonna go as you drop both knees in one direction for twisted roots. And then you may wanna play around like, did I get it right in that most sensational spot? If this is a little too intense for you, you can stack one knee on top of the other. And you also can slide a bolster between the knees. Extend your arms out like wings. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Show me what that looks like. Stay and breathe. You may notice after a few rounds of breath that your body just starts to soften. Just allow that. No need to grip and hold on. When we soften, we create more space for flow to happen, for magic to occur. How about 3 more cycles of breath here? Find your own natural rhythm. One more breath in. And let it go. Unwind the legs. We'll go back to figure 4 on the other side. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, let the left knee fall out. So we're going to find that space between the bottom of the hip, the sit bone, and the top of the pelvis, and just an inch or 2 inward, just to the outside of the glute. Flex your left foot as your knees fall towards the left about 45 degrees, so you'll feel the weight. And maybe you need to get on the ball, roll around, just to find the most sensational spot there, and then land and stay. Arms out like wings, or cactus arms work as well. If this is bringing up some intensity, I want you to meet that with a sense of calm and breath. A sense of curiosity. It takes courage to lean into discomfort, so I applaud you for being here. Take a few more deep, regulating breaths. Last inhalation. And a nice, long, slow exhalation. Bring your knees back to center. We'll slide the left knee on top of the right this time. I will flip around. You stay where you are. You're going to bring the ball to the outside of your right thigh. Take your fingers. Kind of work your way down. We're looking for a really sensational spot. It should be about where your fingertips fall on the sides of your body. Cross, drop in, extend your arms out. Once again, you have the option of stacking. Sliding a pillow bolster between your knees. You can even extend the top leg if you really want to get a nice stretch on the top leg as well. Find where's a comfortable space for your neck, whether that's gazing upward, over your right or left shoulder. You may feel this quite intensely in your IT band, top and bottom, the outside of your hip, maybe even into the side waist on the opposite side. But wherever you feel resistance, just want you to send your energy, your attention, your breath. One more inhale. One more exhale. Unwind. Release the ball out from underneath you. And as I'm taking you through this flow, I want you to know you have my permission to stay longer in any pose if you wish. You can pause me and then add me back when you're ready. If you cat and cows to release the low back. Roll onto your side, put yourself up to a seat. It doesn't really matter what side you're on, we're always going to do both. Why don't you take your block on its medium edge. You are going to take your blanket just on top to give yourself some padding. We are not going to use our myofascial release balls for this one. But I want you to take the block just about an inch or two below the armpit so that the breadth of the block is right along with like the bra strap line. Then your elbow supports your head. You can stagger or stack the knees. We're going to gently rock forward towards the nipple line as you inhale. Exhale, rock back towards your shoulder blades. Ooh, this is quite sensational. Inhale. Exhale. Take a few more rounds. Exhale, go back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, go back. Can we take one more round? Breathe. I'm always talking to myself as well as you. Gently rise up. We'll visit mermaid pose one more time, so with your arm open overhead. Get a nice side body stretch. Feel free to rest the forearm. Unwind. We'll go to the other side. I'm switching sides to face you, but you can just roll on, facing the opposite direction if you wish. Stack your knees. Place and pad the block. Ease on down, make sure it's just in the right position, kind of in line with the breast tissue. And then rest your head. Stack or stagger the knees. I like to tip my fingers just in front of the block. So we'll inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. One more time. Come forward, breathe in. Rock back. Actually, one more time. Breathe in, come forward. Exhale, go back. Just take note if maybe one side was much more sensational than the other. Gently pull yourself up to a seat. Mermaid pose, get a gentle stretch. Feel free to rest the forearm. Breathe into the side body. Sit up tall. Sukhasana, easy pose. We'll cross one foot in front of the other. Feel free to pad your knees or get them higher on a block or a pillow if your hips need a little bit more space. Sit tall, give me a nice in breath. Exhale, round your spine. Come forward, breathe in. Exhale, round, breathe out. Take a nice circle with the ribs to the right. Come forward, back and around, exhale. Pause, change direction. Sit tall in your body. Close your eyes. This is the time I'm going to invite you into stillness. So maybe you want to lie down on your back and take Shavasana. Or maybe you want to just make your way to a seat and take a meditation. But I'm going to invite you into the next few minutes of stillness and reflection. Maybe you can close your eyes and begin to notice how you feel in this moment, maybe a little more regulated. Notice your heartbeat, your pulse rate. Notice how freely the breath may be flowing in and out of your body. Stay as long as you like, as long as you need. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.